Should you buy Tfuel tokens? I can't make that decision for you, but I can help you to make a more informed decision for yourself, and that is exactly what we're going to do in today's video. Welcome back to the channel, folks. As always, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, in order to answer the question in the title, we need to understand what Tfuel actually is. And in order to understand that, you need to understand Theta and the structure of their ecosystem. Theta is effectively made up of two networks, the Theta Blockchain and the Theta Edge Network. The Theta proof-of-stake blockchain provides payment, reward, staking, and smart contract capabilities. Meanwhile, the Theta Edge Network is responsible for compute, storage, video streams, AI tasks, financial modeling, and other processing use cases like that. There are two native tokens, Theta, which is the staking and governance token, and the one we're interested in today, Tfuel, which is used for on-chain transactions and interactions. But the main reason people are interested in Tfuel right now is because you will soon be able to earn Tfuel through the THETA EdgeCloud platform, which is launching in 52 days from now. It will be the world's first fully decentralized hybrid cloud computing platform, and what that will allow you to do is share the CPU and GPU resources of your own personal computer like a PC or a Mac, and those resources will be used as part of the Theta Edge network for things like video processing, AI tasks, and all the things I mentioned earlier. And by doing that, you'll be rewarded with Tfuel tokens based on the resources you're able to share. The idea behind it is that companies, especially small startups and things that don't have a lot of money, will be able to rent processing power for those tasks I mentioned at affordable prices on a completely decentralized network, rather than paying for really expensive centralized servers. And that could potentially be revolutionary for the industry, given how fast AI is evolving, which has led to a ridiculously high demand for processing power. That's why Nvidia's stock price has been soaring recently, because companies like Microsoft with Sora need so much GPU processing power to run these things, and that in turn makes it prohibitively expensive for smaller companies and really creates an unfair playing field. So if Theta are able to come along and level that playing field, then I think Theta and Tfuel could both explode, especially going into this bull market right now. Anyway, that is the basics of why there's so much hype around Tfuel and Theta right now. I think they are going to get a lot of attention when they launch the EdgeCloud platform in 52 days. So let's go ahead and have a quick look at the charts for our price targets. Quick disclaimer so we don't get sued. Buying is at your own risk. I am not a financial advisor. My price prediction is purely speculation and does not equate to any sort of financial advice. Also want to quickly shout out BingX Exchange, my favorite place to trade. Super low fees, no KYC required, and you can now get 20% off all your trading fees if you sign up using my link in the pinned comment. Anyway, let's head over to the charts. Alright, quick one over here on the Tfuel chart. As you would expect, the Tfuel price generally is quite closely mirrored with Theta, particularly when you look at this section just here. If we look at Tfuel, it looks very similar during that period, and you can see they are both experiencing a similar pump at the moment, although Theta has been pumping a little bit more than Tfuel. Now, I did just cover Theta in my last video, so if you want it a bit more in depth, then go ahead and check that out after this. The price action will be largely similar between the two. One thing that we do have on Tfuel here that we haven't seen on Theta yet is this breakdown of this uptrending line on the RSI on the 1-day chart. Now, that is certainly one early sign that we could see a potential reversal happening here. You can see on the 1-hour chart here, we have been struggling to break over this 10-cent level, which again is likely the reason for that RSI breakdown. If that does develop into a short-term retracement, I would be looking at this 0.78 level here that we did come down and retest a couple of times before. I doubt that we would go much lower than that at the moment, but of course that will depend largely on what Bitcoin does. As I mentioned in the last video, we are in price discovery on Bitcoin, so really anything's on the table. On a more positive note, if we are able to break over this 10-cent level, then we don't have a lot in the way of resistance all the way up to 15 cent. You can see that has acted as significant support before, and therefore it will be significant resistance as well, since it is also a psychological milestone. If you watched this channel before, you know I am always banging on about psychological milestones, and that is for good reason. They are generally the most important levels. So there is no prizes for guessing that once we break this 15-cent level, I would expect us to come up to 20 cent. And after that, 25 cent, or near enough 25 cent. Actually, more like 24,243. If we zoom in, you can see that is fairly self-evident. Strong resistance, resistance, support, 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 support. Now, I don't see much merit in doing a long-term prediction for this at the moment, because there's still a long way to go and a lot could happen in the market before we get to that point. So I will make an updated video on this once we start reaching these price targets here. If you did enjoy the video, subscribing to the channel is free. I know it was greatly appreciated. That's all for now, folks. Check out the Theta video here, or this one that YouTube thinks you'll like. I've been me, you've been you. Thanks for watching, and see you later.